Hi friends, this is Chris with Josephine's Designs. We are back with our Book of Hymns devotional and our hymnal for another hymnal journaling. I never can get that. It just doesn't flow yet. I mean, I just always feel kind of clunky when I say that. But anyways, all right. Well, listen, I am super excited about today's devotional and then the hymn itself. So let's pray. We'll get started. And yeah, okay. Oh, dear Heavenly Father, thank you so much for today. Thank you for all the things that you're doing in each and every person's life. Lord, we set out each day with a long list of to-dos, and sometimes our days are not our days. They are clearly yours. And God, please help us to order our days so that we might be productive for you, but also continue to mold our hearts to be flexible as to your will in our lives. God, what an exciting hymn this is today. And I thank you so much for this opportunity to be with each and every person. I pray that you will bless them in their efforts to know you better through our Christian heritage of hymnology. Lord, we praise you. We love you. We seek to be pleasing to you. In Jesus' precious name I pray. Amen. Okay, guys. So let's start with the devotional and then we'll move on, okay? So we are going to be on page 32. It is the January 31st, and this hymn is Let Us with a Gladsome Mind. And I have been saying heart, I think since last week. I just can't get it. Mind in my head. I keep thinking heart, and you'll understand why when we go through the journaling part. But okay, let us with a gladsome mind praise the Lord, for he is kind, for his mercies shall endure, ever faithful, ever sure. Let us sound his name abroad, for of gods he is the God, for his mercies shall endure, ever faithful, ever sure. He with all commanding might filled the new-made world with light, for his mercies shall endure, ever faithful, ever sure. All things living he doth feed, his full hand supplies their need, for his mercies shall endure, ever faithful, ever sure. Let us then with gladsome mind praise the Lord, for he is kind, for his mercies shall endure, ever faithful, ever sure. And the poetry, or the word, the lyrics were written by John Milton, 1608 to 1674. So it's interesting to read about John Milton. So I'm going to get started here. John Milton is known for Paradise Lost, the magnificent epic recounting the fall of humanity. But he also wrote other poems and hymns, texts for the church use. As a student at Cambridge, he wrote on the morning of Christ's Nativity. But even earlier, at the age of 15, he penned the metric version of Psalms 136. In its original form, Milton's text had almost as many verses as the psalm, but most modern hymn books abbreviate it. In the psalm, each verse ends with, "For his mercy evereth forever." Milton embellished that with the stirring line, ever faithful, ever sure. Milton became blind when he was 44. His wife died that same year. He remarried, 4 years later, and his second wife died within 15 months. In these latter sorrowful years, Milton wrote his greatest works. No doubt he had to cling to his faith in the enduring mercies of ever faithful, ever sure. Isn't that? I mean, it's so heartbreaking, but it says so much about him. I'm going to read the scripture and then I'll share some more. Give thanks to the Lord, for he is good. His faithful love endures forever. Give thanks to the God of gods. His faithful love endures forever. Give thanks to the Lord of lords. His faithful love endures forever. Again, Psalms 136, 1 through 3. So I just felt really sad when I read his story. And I know, these things happen, but it was still kind of made me sad. So I went to the internet, the worldwide internet web, And so here is a picture, I guess maybe a drawing of John Milton. And let me see. I'm going to read this quick summary of his life again. I mean, we basically had one, but I'll do it again. John Milton was born in London, December 9th, 1608, and died there November 8th in 1674. His poetical excellences and his literary fame are matters apart from hymnology and are fully dealt with in numerous memoirs. His influence on English hymn writing has been very slight, his 19 versions of various psalms having lain for the most part unused by hymnal compilers. The dates of his paraphrases are, I'm not going to go into the Roman numerals. So 1623, when he was 15 years ago. I'm terrible. I'm not going to be able to read all that. I mean, I should have translated that before, but sorry. These were given in his poems. These were given in his poems in English and Latin, 1645, and written in 1648, and published as 9 psalms done into meter. And I guess it was finished August 8th, 1653. So we look at what he did. I mean, I only wanted to show this. First off, I was only looking for a picture to show you guys because I just love seeing a picture. It just helps somehow in my mind. But then when I was reading more about him, and we are going through difficult times right now. We in our nation and in our world have been through this pandemic. It's almost 7 months. This is, at least here in America, and other places it's been longer. In parts of America it's been longer. This has been very crazy. Like, I literally just spoke to my doctor's office about getting a flu shot, but because of my autoimmune, I can't go in and have an appointment. So my doctor's office called, and the nurse called and said, hey, I'll come out to you, and you can have it in the car. And I had asked earlier, like almost a week ago, if we could do that. So she was just being so sweet and following up. And she said, listen, we'll come out to you. And I said, well, that's great, because that's what I called for on Friday. So this is perfect. And I'm so happy that you're going to be the one doing it. And she was just so sweet about it. But we think about, I can't say enough. One of our dear friends at the channel had to go in and have surgery to have a port in because she's battling cancer. My dear friend who had surgery 2 days ago called me yesterday because I had sent her a text and she couldn't answer me, so she called me, and I was doing our war room videos, and so I didn't answer her, but when I called her back she didn't answer, which was perfect because I sent her a text this morning, or today, and said basically, you never have to answer my texts. I'm sending texts to you because I want to encourage you. She didn't sound like herself. I'm sure she was on medication, and she never complains. And she said, Chris, this is so rough. So, we are going through times like none other. And I'm not saying that we haven't had cancer before, but I am seeing lots and lots of illness. And I was talking to a client this morning, and they're out of Louisiana. They're getting ready to get hit again with another storm, a tropical storm. And I think this one's a tropical depression. Guys, she just, she was telling me today, she goes, man, the big thing for us is tornadoes. And I said, you have been in my prayers, and you continue to be my prayers. So, and then of course we know of all the fires and just all the different things that are going on. And guys, God knows everything. He knows everything what we're facing. He knew what John Milton was going through. Hence the reason, and if you didn't notice, if you have the same hymnal as I do, I did not have it in my hymnal, so I printed this out. I will put this, and I found a link for the music for this, I'm pretty sure, so I'll put that on my website as well. I'll put it on josephinesdesigns.com. So you can copy and paste, and if you want to, you can even copy and paste this. It's up to you. So this is the person who revised it in 1932. So this hymn was revised by Michael Saward. But anyways, John Milton was the poet who wrote the lyrics to it originally. But what I really thought was interesting So they tied in the scripture that fits this. So I wanted to read that fits the hymn. So the scripture is Psalms 47, 1 through 2, 5 through 6. Oh, wait a minute. No, I just made a mistake. I copied the wrong one. Okay, sorry guys. We'll go with the one that was in our devotional. All right, because it was a Psalms as well. I will eliminate that here while we're doing our thing. So what I just wanted to say was, guys, as we all go through these difficult, I mean, it's not like it's concerning right now. There are things that we have to be careful of. And, one of my kiddos called me and said that they had gone over to a friend's house. And then, bless their hearts, they were just giving me the rundown of, well, it's only this one person. It was just us. And, just went through this like whole big thing. And and I was just listening and I said, okay, these are your decisions. They're not my decisions anymore. But I didn't want to say that. But, I did appreciate the fact that they knew I, as a mom, would be concerned. And these are concerning times. They're concerning times for all of us. So, now, I want to show you two things you can do in your hymnal. You can decorate it, put it in a separate notebook, and you're good to go. You can fold it in half and then put it in, or you can trim it down and, attach it. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim it and then I'm going to attach it. But first I'm going, there goes my little blade. All right, I'm going to attach, I'm going to trim this down and then I'm going to attach it. So, but these are definitely times that we don't need to take anything for granted. We need to be very careful what we do. You guys know all that. But, when we think about how difficult it's been, and it has been, there's no way I'm going to say it hasn't been. This has been a very trying time. It has truly tried each of us in our walks, in all the things that are going on. But God has never left us. He has a plan in all of this. And what a great God we serve. So, yeah. I wanted everyone to know that in light of everything that is happening, it is all, God is in control. And just right now, my husband had come in, and many of you know he's been applying for jobs, and, and he told me, here recently, he said, look, I'm not leaving, and, I'll work hard wherever I go, and I'll do my job to the best of my ability until God moves me on. And I was just like, well, that's good, because we probably can't have you just quit, out of the blue. And, he's burnt out. The things at work have been not easy. They just haven't been. So, I understand where he's coming from. It's not easy. So, all right. So I am just trimming this down. I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to add it in, but I am going to put this in there with it. You don't have to do this. I'm just doing it just because. And I don't really think that the bio bought us a whole lot, but, if you don't want to put that, you just want to put the picture, I totally understand. So, by the way, I'm never going to see it, so you can do it how you like, right? So, all right. Now, I also wanted to kind of bring something new in. I've been keeping it pretty mild on all of our Bible journaling and hymnal journaling, trying to keep it so that no one feels overwhelmed. But, and no buts. I've enjoyed doing that, and I am happy to do that. What I wanted to do was I decided that since this was, speaking of praise and thanksgiving, I had this darling, little digi from, sorry guys, there we go. My phone is on its last leg. It will not let me answer my phone and or turn things off. Okay, so anyway, this is from Bible Journal Love, and it's whatever. I think it's a new digi Harvest Mini Bible Journal Kit, and I wanted to show you that any of you that have Bible journaling kits, you can use them, and you don't have to use the scripture. You can just use what it is you want out of it. So I've already printed one out, and I didn't print it on sticker paper because I didn't want you to feel like you have to have sticker paper. But I would normally put it on sticker paper, I have to be honest. So, and I just cut it out this morning when I was on the phone for work. I was a multitasking day. So anyways, I'm not going to use all of it, but I am going to use bits and pieces. And what I was really after were that pumpkin. I don't know why, I just feel like fall today. But I also found when I came in here some of the things from one of the old Bible journaling camps. And, I'm still cleaning, still trying to get things done, all of that. So, and look at the word for, I'm going to put that in there, grief, because he went through so much. How perfect. I mean, God is amazing when we find these things. Oh, my goodness. So, I saw these pumpkins in the bag, so I thought, well, I'm going to grab that. And then I just grabbed a whole little plate of goodies. So, I grabbed some, what color is this? Bronze colored, kind of glimmery, acrylic paint. It's a metallic. And I thought, well, I'm going to play with that. This all started because today I cleaned out the onions out of the bag. And I was washing it and I thought, ooh, wouldn't that make like neat prints? I know. You can lay it out. You can do whatever you want. Let's see. So I grabbed some washi, just a handful of colors that I thought might go. Just whatever I'm going to end up doing, I just thought I would play. And I have not used this yet. This is from the Dollar Tree. And it's meant for makeup. Now, what you do with it, silicone facial mask applicator. Okay, well, I have two. So, I thought I could use one for clear, one for dark, or white gesso. I just thought, well, that'd be kind of neat. I don't know, we can just paint, I always look for really fun things that, don't cost a lot of money. And, and it's just kind of a silicone spongy kind of feel on it. So, but I just look for things that, might be fun to play with, while we're in, journaling. So, anyways, but here we go. Okay, now, I did not gesso this because it's on regular Xerox paper. I may regret that, but it is what it is. And I'm not going to put this in until I get it all until it's dry, but let me just show you how I'm going to put it in. Hold on. All right, let me see. I think all this extra space is great now that I've been getting things done, but I kind of keep pulling out too many things. So what I'm going to do is attach it in the back, and I'm going to make it like I'm going to attach it right here, and I'm just going to fold this back. And that way I can just add, any more new ones in that we haven't, that are not in the hymnal. Because there's going to be plenty in that devotional that are not in the hymnal. So I'll just put a piece of tape right there. And that way I'll know when I'm decorating it, I won't, mess with that part. Okay, and then I'll probably just put this on the back side of it. If that makes any sense. And I'm just going to, tape runner it on. No big deal. Okay, so let me get this out of the way. And let's get going here. Okay, so I just have a plain old paper plate. I usually reuse like things you get from the grocery store, but they're all washed and put up and they're taken out to the cottage. So yeah, that wasn't going to happen today. I was like, oh no. So, all right, so here we go. Now, one of the things I would say is if you don't have a lot of time, then maybe you need to have a like a heat gun or a hairdryer or anything like that. I'm not going to use a lot of paint. I'm just going to use a little. And, I'm just going to first try with one of these. And then I think I'll do that there. Okay, we'll save the other one for gesso. I'm not going to gesso because we'd be here all day. I think I'm just going to kind of do some basic stuff like just wash it. And, or you could, I've been meaning to tell you guys, I know you guys know this, but you can just use a hairdryer. My heat guns are all packed in the move, and I had given one to my youngest, but, she's not going to know where it is. So I thought, well, what am I going to do? I think I'm going to let that kind of dry a little bit, and I think what I'm going to do with what's left of this is I may just like gussy up, and I'm trying to decide. That's too big. I'm going to see if I want to do any of these. I do like that wooden one on it, but let me see here. I might just go with this. I think that's what I'm going to go with. Yeah, because I want to see the words. I do. So I'm just going to take this and just kind of, shush it up. Make it glimmer. Glimmer and glitz. So I'm going to let that sit and dry. And I know I'm going to put this up here at the top, so I'm going to lay that down. And hold on, I'm going to get another paint. I didn't realize that was as see-through, but it's just right here, so I won't be long. Let me see. And I've got some right in the front. Ooh, yeah, I've got a red. Let's do this. So this is Candy Apple Red. This is just Apple Barrel, 50 cents at Walmart. And it's new. Don't you love opening new craft products? It's always so much fun. But this digi is really cute, and I was really glad to have found it. And I think we have our harvest a little bit earlier here in Texas because, you guys, we just get hot. We have a longer growing season as well. So, we're just really blessed. And so, therefore, we kind of get done a little earlier. So now all I'm going to do is just scrunch this up. That's it. I'm just going to kind of twist and scrunch. And so I have some little bit of a, twist there with it. And I'm just going to go like this. So while I'm waiting for this to dry, I'm just going to kind of go around it. And, is there any reason? No, it's just color. I mean, guys, keep it simple. You can do this in your Bibles. You can do this, in our hymnals, of course, in our hymnal journaling. I mean, there's all kinds of different things that we can use to just bring fun and color to the table. And, took all of 2 seconds? And this was going to get thrown out. Yes, it was. So, nothing like reusing what we have already. Okay, hold on. Let me get a wipe. Okay. And there. Now, we're going to let that dry. But while I let that dry, I did want to talk to you guys a little bit about Fall Bible Journaling Camp. And that's another part why I was thinking about this today. There's a video going up right now. I loaded it right before I came out here to be with you guys. And Fall Bible Journaling Camp is up. We are taking names right now, and slots are filling. So I am super excited. We have 2 different gals who I absolutely adore. I'm going to put a little bit of glue on this just because glue is great. So if you wonder why I do that, sticky is great to hold it immediately. Glue is great to hold it in the long term. So, all right. But anyways, we have 2 gals that are donating to our camp. They're absolutely priceless. And By the Well for God wanted to donate a stamp, but we're not doing kits. So I just want to say how sweet they are again, of course. But we have his palette and Ella Rowitz right now that in one way or another they're making a contribution to the camp. And we just keep praying. I mean, it's just an awesome opportunity for us to get to know different artists, different styles of worship in their art. And it's just going to be a great fall Bible journaling camp. So, how do you be a part of it, and what does it cost? It costs nothing. If you are 18 years or older, or you are a part of this channel, you can go to that for free. So, the only thing you have to do is send me your email. Now, I'm closing down all names, hard stop, October 31st. November 1st is when I hope to email everybody out the kit, the scriptures, everything. So, and the Bible journaling kits as well. It'll be within that email. So, really, if you're interested, get your email in. There is a limited space, and we've already got people, signed up. So, yeah. So just let me know if that's something that might interest you. And that was one of the reasons why I have been working on fall lately. And that's how this came to be. When I was looking at different, resources online, I was just like, what can we do? What can we do? What can we do? And this is how I found this. And I was just like, yeah, that's great. So, this harvest, Bible journaling page from, Robin Sampson. So, and she donated to our last camp. She's such a sweet gal. And I very rarely go back to the same person twice unless I know them very well or know them well enough. And so, yeah. So I'm just putting some tape there. Yes, I'm going to stick that down, but I'm kind of wanting to reinforce it a little bit because I feel like it's kind of weak. Because it's just Xerox paper. So, anyways, so I hope if you are interested, if the camp will be about Thanksgiving and praise. So we usually do gratitude and Thanksgiving, and of course we'll do all of that as well. But it is about giving praise and thanksgiving to God. So, and I figured right now with this, how difficult it is right now, we read about this man's life and how much he went through. I think for everybody else, I think the best thing we can do is focus on God and moving forward and seeking to be in His will and all of that. And, yesterday's war room was a lot about that. It was about having accountability because we're going through difficult times. And I just, and literally, keeping our eyes on God when things are difficult and not living in the sad situation, if that makes any sense at all. But I was really, really taken with that particular war room yesterday. I just was, wow, there's so much there. So, and now I'm just throwing washi down. What are you doing? I'm just going to throw some washi down. It's some different places. I'm just going to layer it and just have fun. And this is just an inexpensive washi I got off of Amazon. Most of it is anymore, unless it comes with a kit. And that has a straight edge, so I am going to tear that just so it will just be different. And I'm going to put that up here. And I'm going to, I've got some other yellow. I'm going to put that in a different spot too. But anyway, so you are welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And I was hoping by this camp to have some of my own digis developed for you guys, but it just hasn't worked out. Life took a turn that we weren't ready for. But that's okay. I mean, that's a part of what life is. And so we just are thankful for the good and the bad, And I'm just going to wrap that around there. And I should have just not torn that edge off. But anyways, it's still a little bit wet, but we're getting closer. So anyways, but if you are interested in going to the camp, please let me know. It is imperative that you get your message quick to me so I can save your spot. And also, I wanted to remind everybody, I believe it's October either 13th, 14th, or 14th, 15th, BibleJournalingMinistries.com. Let me say that again. BibleJournalingMinistries.com is having their conference. It is free online. So if any of you are interested in going to it, please, 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 reach out to them, get signed up. And there is an option to pay $29. It may have gone up by now. I don't know. It may have been an early bird price, but I don't know. You can get like the forever access kind of thing. So there, you still get handouts and all kinds of fun, good things to use in your Bible journaling if you go the no pay route. So this is such a labor of love. They have done such a great job. And she and her husband, I'm trying to think of her name. It just escaped me. I can see her gorgeous face. Just pure joy, pure joy. Tracy Rollins and her husband Lonnie, they run this every year and they have done such a great job. The first time I attended was last year. And it's so much fun, guys. And you don't go anywhere. You can stay in your jammies and watch it at home. How's that? And even if you work, you have 24 hours if you don't pay for the camp. And the replay will be available. So there's some of this that's still a little bit wet. Well, hold on. You know what I can do? I can blot it. So hold on one second. I think I've got, nope, I want that. I have some scrap paper. Here we go. Just get scrap paper out of the trash. So if you need it to dry and it's not drying, voila. And that's another technique, the smush technique. You're getting lots of demonstrations here. Smush, unsmush.